So I'm in the Western Ghats near Amboli, which is in Maharashtra but very close to Goa, and I'm walking through these beautiful streams because I'm looking for a very special frog. Now this frog is known as the dancing frog, but he does a lot more than just dance. He sits on a rock, puts his leg out in a behavior called the flagging. He kicks fellow males off the said rock, all in an effort to impress the female of the species. And this time of year, which is mid-September towards the end of monsoon, is a good time to be seeing that behavior. Now I've seen the dancing frogs before in Karnataka and Agumbe, but I haven't seen this specific species that's found here, which is the Micrixalus uttaraghati, and I haven't seen the so-called dancing behavior. So I'm here hoping to make some good photos and some videos of the dancing frog go about its dance. I don't know if you can see him in the frame, but here's the first dancing frog specimen that we found this morning. He's no larger than, for example, the tip of my index finger, and that's about the size that the males get to. The females are slightly larger, and he's just sitting there, and I think that if we give it a while, he's going to start either colic or he's going to start flagging, which is the dancing behavior, and I'm looking forward to photographing that. So I'm getting my first shots of the frog. He is just sitting there, not doing much, not doing the anticipated behavior. But let's see, give it a while and see how it goes. So we saw maybe 3 or 4 specimens of this frog, and at least one of them was dancing, so to say. But the activity hasn't been as much as I'd have expected for this time of year, probably because it's getting dark, very cloudy now, and looks like it's going to rain, in which case we'll need to wrap up here and see if there's anything else we can go find. There's another interesting subject I've been hoping to shoot this time of the year in Amboli. I'll probably go look for that. We can still hear the frogs calling all around us, but might have to wrap this up for now and come back in a bit. This weather is typical Amboli at midday, and it started drizzling just as we left the spot, so good call to leave. And today we're on a bike, as you can see, so hopefully I'll get some shelter soon and not get too wet. So it's been raining for the last 2.5 cups of tea, which in real time translates to about 90 minutes or so. And I'm thanking my lucky stars that I said we're going to shoot a special subject, because whatever we see next, I can say was the subject and we'll all get to believe it. But in all seriousness, I hope the rain stops. It is really pelting down now. And unlike the last time around when I was in Amboli and shooting in the rain, there is no real benefit to being out in this rain. The subject's not really up to anything, and there is nothing to be gained by getting me and the equipment wet. So here I am in this nice quaint tea shop, enjoying my teas and really hoping the rain stops in a bit. It's well past lunchtime. A few more teas, some Maggie and some omelets and whatnot. But the one thing that hasn't changed is the rain. And as much as I hope for it to stop, I doubt I'll be able to make another shot today. But we're still here waiting. Even if there is half an hour of light, I'll probably go out and make some shots. Let's see how it pans out.
Unfortunately, the rain did not stop. But the darker it got, the brighter my chances felt, because I could set out to photograph critters of the night who wouldn't mind the rain.
So in this week's edition of What Else We're Here For, we're back on Chaukul Road. The rain did not relent, and after losing an entire day to rain, we're out in the night because the subjects that we're looking to shoot are going to be out in the rain, and hopefully we'll find some of them. Looking for pit vipers here. I've seen some before, but well, shouldn't say no to pit vipers. The last time I said no to them, that entire trip got rained out, so I'm making amends for that. And maybe if I spend enough time photographing and taking videos of pit vipers now, tomorrow the weather gods are going to be kind of. Let's see how it goes. So right here is a Indian toad, a fairly common species of toad. I've seen it in a fair number of places. It's very widespread, but this one here is a beautiful specimen. He's got this really dark shade of red and a lot of details popping out because of the rain, and he's also very cooperative. We've been photographing him for the last 10 or 15 minutes, and he's given us some really nice photos. And yeah, we'll say goodbye to him now and maybe carry on and hopefully see a pit viper. But yeah, happy to have seen a toad. So right here in this frame is a beautiful specimen of a Malabar pit viper, a beautiful brown moth, a reasonably big one, and he seems to be on his way up. We got some good shots of him. It'll be nicer still to get some shots of him going up, and he seems to be on the move. He was on the move when we saw him. We were lucky to have just seen him, and he seems to be going to wherever his evening or night perch is. And yeah, glad to have seen and paid my respects to the flagship species of Amboli, if I can say that. And what an amazing, beautiful specimen this is. And I think it's also time for us to head back. We have permission to stay here till around 9 p.m. or so. It's like 8:55 now. The pit viper's on its way back. So glad to have seen this really epic sighting, and I think I made some good shots. So it's 8 a.m. now. We've been up for the last hour and a half, hoping for the rain to stop. It's finally reduced, I wouldn't say stopped. And it's about time the frogs start showing up as well. So we're going into round 2 of trying to find the dancing frogs, rather trying to photograph the dancing frogs. We found them yesterday. So yes, once more into the fray. Would be nice to get some wipers for my glasses and maybe a hot cup of coffee, but well. So we're back at the same stream looking for the frogs, and that waterfall yesterday, it wasn't there. That's how much it's rained, and there's a lot of water here, and large parts of these were dry yesterday. So I wonder if that's changed anything for us in able to be able to find the frogs, but let's see. Hoping for some good luck. We're here nice and early, and still drizzling. Let's hope we're able to see the dancing frogs. So from what we've seen yesterday, the frogs are quite skittish. So it's unlikely I'll be able to get a good shot with my macro lens. So my macro lens is packed inside. I have my 100-500 on my R5, through which I should be able to photograph them from some distance. And I also have my wide angle lens, which is the 14-35 that's mounted on the R7. That gives me effectively about 50 mm. And my plan is to park this setup near a rock where the frogs might appear, record, and go as far away from that as possible. The only challenge though is how I'm going to protect it from the rain, because it is still drizzling. And at the moment I have no good answers, and the rain's beginning to pick up. So yeah, so let's see. Might just put everything here under the umbrella for now and wait for the rain to stop. I think at some point somebody should do a video on what the best way to protect gear in the monsoon in India and the rainforest is. I mean, this is what I do most of the time. I have my gear under an umbrella and I have a raincoat and I wait. But this setup can take this much rain, and if it starts raining heavier, I'll unpack my cameras, put them in the bag, put the umbrella over the bag and wait outside. One interesting thing about this frog is that it's always found in the vicinity of streams, and these streams can be quite noisy, and its call is quite soft. So it needs something other than voice to gain attention. It needs something other than voice to let the females know that it's around and establish its presence, which is why it has a more visual medium of flagging its legs, and which is what we call dancing. So yeah, really eager to see that behavior today. Let's see how it pans out. Might not be able to show you anything on the phone, but we have two males flagging at each other, and it's quite beautiful. Hopefully we'll be able to see them get onto the same rock as well. But I can understand now why it's called dancing, because it looks exactly like a dance. It's slow and it's sort of coordinated. The first male does it once, then the other guy does it. It's all quite beautiful. So yeah, looking forward to sort of what comes of this.
This dancing frog, the Micrixalus uttaraghati, lives along the streams of the Western Ghats. The males exhibit a behavior called foot flagging, lifting and waving a hind leg in a slow, clear motion. It's used to signal to rivals or get the attention of a nearby female, often timed with short bursts of calls or moments of quiet in the stream.
So we've been getting some good behavior of these frogs. We've seen 3 individuals, 2 of them together. And even though I read it before, it was quite interesting to see the volume at which these frogs call. They call is such a soft volume that it gets easily overpowered by the sound of the stream. So they need something else to signal their presence to other males and females, which is why there is a very strong visual display of flagging, and it was so amazing to see. I mean, we've parked ourselves here. We'll be here for the rest of the afternoon. We're hoping for maybe other frogs to show up, and so far we've got some good shots of the frogs both calling and flagging. Let's see if we can get more than one of them together.
Just as I said that, 2 frogs came face to face on a small piece of tree bark, stared at each other for a bit, and resolved their issues peacefully. No violence whatsoever.
So we've been photographing those 2 frogs, one on the rock and one on the bark, and the one on the bark eventually gave up and went away even before we could sort of get a shot of him going away. The one on the rock is still there, and we'll probably look for other frogs right now and see if there's more of the same happening around. We still set our shot up there for the one on the rock, but at the moment I have some slightly more pressing business to attend to. And these are things nobody tells you about the practicalities of shooting in the rainforest. God knows how many leeches I might have on me by the end of this trip.
We then saw an interaction between a male and a female frog. The larger one on the right is the female. The male flagged once every minute or so. After about 5 minutes, the female hopped off the rock, though the male kept calling. She then moved to the shallow end of the stream, which is where dancing frogs mate. The females lay eggs and cover the clutch with sand grains. Unfortunately for this female, the male did not seem interested, and I too moved on to another frog.
So for the last hour or so, I've been lying in this stream like this and making shots of one specimen. I think my camera has taken a fair bit of water. I think the lens has too. As far as the image, I'm really happy with it because I think I've got a shot I had in mind for a really long time. My good friend Yashpal, he's got a very similar shot of the same behavior from Agumbe. That's a different species. This one, of course, is the Micrixalus uttaraghati. I think what a shot that shows both the behavior and the habitat, and I'm very happy with it. Can't wait to get back and process it. Sure, it's ISO 10,000. Sure, the highlights are blown out in the background and so on and so forth. But I'm thrilled with the shot I've got. So you know it's been a good day in the field when you're stepping out before lunchtime because you're out of battery or memory card. Today, for the first time ever, the LED light that I've been using to shoot needs to be recharged. A couple of my camera batteries are out and it's also starting to rain. So I think we're gonna go put them on charge, see how soon they'll get charged, maybe get quick lunch and come back. But otherwise, I'm happy with some of the shots I've got, and I think I'm happy with the videos too. The rain is picking up and we need to get back to camp soon, so let's see. So we just came back and put our things on charge, and we're going to get some lunch. And here's a shield tail. I'm told it's a Harry's black shield tail. It's going up here. Really beautiful specimen. So the shield tail is trying to go into the foliage. From what I understand, shield tails also have the ability to dig into the ground, just like that. Disappeared into the foliage and it's gone. What a great encounter. We've been super lucky. So it's been about 3 hours since we came back. The rain hasn't relented, and I think I'll probably give up on the frogs. I've made one shot I'm happy with. I've got some interesting behavior, and there is this interesting subject I spoke to you about yesterday, and we'll probably go look for it now. Even though it's raining, I'll probably go take a shot because this is my last day here, and I'm really keen on seeing that as well. So let's see if we get lucky. So we're here on the side of the Goa Amboli road, and we're here because these small waterfalls all along this stretch of road have a large number of crabs. Now you can see a lot of juveniles here, but we've been seeing the adults as well. One of them is the Ghatiana. The other more colorful one is the Longipes. And I will not attempt their genus names because I know I won't get them right. The challenge is to photograph them from behind the water and in the rain. So looking for a few places where I can do this and see what kind of frames I get. But I'm thinking if I'll be able to execute maybe some slow shutter shots here. Let's see how this pans out.
These waterfall crabs live on wet rocks and stream edges in the Western Ghats. They spend most of their time in the splash zones of waterfalls. They feed on algae and decaying organic matter on the rocks.
We haven't moved too far away from this place that we first started shooting in. We found 3 crabs, all of them belonging to Longipes, and I've been photographing them for the last hour or so. Almost dark now. We'll probably head and do some shopping in the night. But this has been a fantastic stop. I'm glad I was able to come out despite the rain and get the shots that I did. It's one of the most beautiful crabs I've seen and in one of the most amazing settings I've seen it in. So it's about 6:40 now, and we are heading to the Amboli Botanical Garden. This place is a fantastic destination for macro photography. In fact, most people who come to Amboli swear by this place. I am super eager to get here. I mean, I'm actually a little bit embarrassed that it's taken me 6 or 7 full days in Amboli before I finally made it here. The first time I was here, I got busy shooting bush frog eggs. I spent a couple of days doing that, and then there was rain. Yesterday and today I've been busy photographing the Micrixalus. Looking forward to checking out what the famous botanical garden has in store. And yeah, let's see what we find there. So this here is our first frog of the evening, the balloon frog or the Indian dot frog. First time I'm seeing it, so new for me, and yeah, I can understand why it's called a balloon frog. Just a little distance into the botanical garden, we found a beautiful specimen of the Malabar pit viper. It's a brown moth, much like the one we saw yesterday, but a little smaller. And this is like its sort of a typical hunting pose. So he's not moved much since the time we've got here. They're ambush predators. They just wait here for something to show up, and they feed on them. So glad to have seen a second pit viper on this trip. I'm going to be calling it a night now and getting back to camp. But quite amazing. 2 pit vipers in this trip. Did not expect to see one. It's a little bit late in the season, but yeah, amazing. Nice to see one.
While my equipment had given up after being in the rain for 2 days, turns out that the sightings were just getting started. On my way out, I first saw this beautiful cat snake. And soon after, another green pit viper waiting in ambush. This botanical garden in Amboli seems to be a good place to find pit vipers. Though I joke about equipment getting wet in the rain, it is important to take good care of it. The first thing I do at the end of such a trip is dry my camera bag, and in Amboli, this was my only option. I also wipe all my gear with a dry towel and put them in my dry cabinet as soon as I get back home. So that's it from this trip to Amboli. If you like this video, do subscribe to my channel, and you'll probably like my video from Goa too. Some more pit vipers in that.